All right, it's about 4 minutes past. Why don't we get started? Thank you again for joining us here on our introductory call about Georgia Now. We appreciate it. My name is Benji, and along with me are my partner Todd, who is very ill, but here anyway, which we appreciate, and Ron Roberts, our program director and host of The Ron Show, who is going to share a couple of opening words, and we'll get started.
We're really excited about this project, and I'll tell you why. All of us on this call have lived in an environment where talk radio and even the cable news environment have been oversaturated with hyper-partisan, right-wing, slanted opinion, punditry, headlines, and even now diving into the stories themselves. We live in an era where we don't have the sort of apparatus that answers to that. And in the aftermath of the 2024 election, that's what a lot of folks talked about. They talked about the fact that the left doesn't really have a media ecosystem that responds with fact-based, opinion and conversation and headlines. And so we were presented with an opportunity here just a few months ago to take on a project that our forebearer, Jeremy Brazil, had launched years ago here in Atlanta, Georgia. The project was called America One Radio. And ironically, it's America One Radio that I found in a simple Google search without a whole lot of marketing behind it or anything like that, but found America One Radio in my search for something my therapist told me I needed to do, honestly, which was get back into the audio spectrum. I worked in radio for 28 years. So having found America One Radio, I asked Jeremy if he had some airtime for me to devote to a political talk show. And he asked if I wanted to do it once a week. And I said, no. I said, I need to do this 5 days a week. I need to start, the habits, much like brushing your teeth or combing your hair. And he thought I was crazy, but he said, well, give me a week of that on SoundCloud and let's see what it sounds like. And so I did that, and he put it on immediately. And so 3 years later, here we are. A few months back, Jeremy Brazil reached out to me and said, as is the case with a lot of folks after the election, he was just worn down and needed to move on to some other projects to kind of clear his mind. So I reached out to Benji and Todd. And I reached out to these guys because they had recently helped me launch my own streaming audio station. Audio Gay TL is a station that targets the LGBTQ plus population here in Metro Atlanta. It's an underserved population when it comes to music and information and local happenings, community affairs, public service, conversation, et cetera, and so on. So we launched that station in late May. And my knowing that a lot of what was becoming a financial burden for Jeremy to continue running America One, I knew that these guys already had in their back pocket, that they've used it for several other projects, both FM, AM, and in streaming audio platforms. And so we discussed, they agreed to take on the project, and we knew immediately that we needed to do something that was going to be Georgia-centric, which is why America One Radio is now Georgia Now, with apps on the App Store and Google Play, available to be listened on your Amazon Echo devices. I'm trying to say it quietly because she's in the corner and she hears me. And also on iHeartRadio and at heargeorgianow.com. So this isn't just a streaming audio platform where currently we're able to feature Georgia voices, but this is one of the reasons why we're having this meeting today, because we're looking for more Georgia voices. Thom Hartmann obviously isn't in Georgia. The Politics Bar obviously isn't based in Georgia. Stephanie Miller isn't based in Georgia. But they are like-minded conversationalists that bring a conversation 5 days a week, and we host them on the weekends as well, that bring different perspectives and different ways of presenting the conversation. Stephanie is more the morning show group, bring in the witty, funny, sardonic folks. Thom Hartmann is the more professorial, and he's able to take in live calls. And I'm the Georgia-based guy, and I'm a little bit of, I don't know, all of those in some respects. I worked morning radio. I was station management, so I knew how to also keep things serious enough to, not lose those that are coming in to have those fact-based conversations and get the latest headlines as well. In any event, Jeremy and Todd said yes. And for the last, I don't know, 3 months or so, it seems, these guys have been working feverishly to rebuild America One Radio, to rebrand it to Georgia Now. We've been, developing the logos, the apps, the website, which is just live as of yesterday. And here we are. And so what we're looking for now are more Southern and Georgia-based voices to add to our lineup. And of course, we're looking for backing and support. This is a little bit of a Kickstarter without a Kickstarter campaign, where we're going to be looking for folks to help us with in-kind donations. With you know what, I'm going to actually let Benji do that conversation, because I see a lot of that's on his PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to run for him while he does that. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Benji Kurtz.
All right. Thanks, Ron. And thank you for the great shows that you do every day. They were fantastic on America One. We may have given him some sort of heart palpitations when we told him we wanted it to be 2 hours instead of 1. But that's the last slide, I think. But we appreciate him expanding to 2 hours for the launch of Georgia Now. So as Ron said, Georgia Now is all about opinions, headlines, and conversations. And go ahead. So who we are, you've met, or you see a black screen representing Todd, you met Ron, and you've met me. Between the three of us, we have over 100 years of combined terrestrial radio experience. We've been on the air, we've programmed, we've done production, pretty much anything you can think of in a radio station, except for sales for me anyway. Ron is our program director and host of The Ron Show, as we've been discussing. That's weekday afternoons from 4 to 6. We run the same show in the morning the day after. We call it the Re-Ron. Get it? In the morning from 8 to 10 the next day, and also on the weekends. We have hired 2 people for our news department. We posted a single job for a full-time news position on LinkedIn, and we're just blitzed with applications. And we were so taken by 2 people who applied for the job, one of whom was looking for full-time work, and one of whom honestly was looking for part-time work, that we were able to actually form a 2-person news department. Alexis Young is our news director, and Jenna Eason is our reporter. Together, they are veterans of the print, TV, and online journalism industries, and we're so proud to have that both the experience, but also the youthful energy. When you look at the median age of Ron, Todd, and myself, and compare it to Alexis and Jenna, needless to say, they bring some youthful energy to the table. On the production side, Brendan Rivers, who was with us this morning, which I appreciate, has been enormously helpful just thus far on the production side, and he and Todd are working on some amazing ideas that will be coming soon to the station as well. Brendan comes to us with both commercial and non-commercial radio experience. And if you're a fan of WABE and the politics podcast that was recently discontinued, Brendan was the producer of that show. So very well qualified, thrilled to have him with us. And Gregory Valdez, who is also with us this morning, it's even an hour earlier for him, so thank you for getting up, is helping us on the digital and marketing side. He's built our website. He's going to be helping us with socials, our marketing efforts online, and he has a profound amount of agency and media experience. So what is Georgia Now? So as we've talked about, it's a 24/7 streaming audio network featuring progressive talk from Georgia and beyond. We endeavor for our talk shows to be everything from centrist or Democratic centrist, however you want to call it, old school Democrats, all the way to the left for people who consider themselves to be very progressive. Ron is probably on the left side of that spectrum, and we probably will, we endeavor to feature shows and voices from people who are center all the way to the left. We are also a trusted source, or will be a trusted source, of original news, unbiased news produced by our in-house newsroom that we just introduced you to a moment ago. We're also going to be a dynamic website for breaking stories, where you can also catch show replays, podcasts. It's going to be a fully functional news and information portal that people in the state of Georgia can come to for trusted news and to catch up on the latest audio programs that we feature. And also, we will be a social media force connecting and mobilizing Georgians from the center and everything to the left. We will be aggressively doing social media marketing to push out our not only our news product, but also tell people about what we do. We're not going to be pushing out any kind of silly memes, anything like that. This isn't about silly memes. There's enough of that on social media. We will be sourcing, reporting, and writing news that we are sharing with the state in an unbiased fashion without any sort of corporate overlords, no sort of agendas. We intend to be a trusted source of news for the state, as some other organizations are, but not as many as we feel like there should be. So our streaming product itself includes The Ron Show, 2 hours daily, rerun in the morning. National favorites that Ron has mentioned: Stephanie Miller, Tom Hartman, The Politics Bar. There are some others there, including Democracy Now!, which is a very well-respected show, and some other voices. And CBS News Radio for trusted national coverage. We were fortunate enough to strike a partnership with CBS News Radio, who traditionally works only with terrestrial radio stations. Not only are we getting our top and bottom hour news from CBS, as well as daily features, including a Money Minute and information about your health, technology news, all that stuff. But they also make available some great long form programming that we are taking on our weekends. On the weekends, we're featuring some more lifestyle type shows because the feel of the weekend is always different than the week itself. And so they make a terrific money show available that's long form that we run on Saturdays and Sundays. And similarly, a terrific travel show, 3 hours, just some really cool lifestyle shows. Also a 1 hour veterans show. So we're really pleased and happy to have this prestigious affiliation with CBS News Radio. And the audio product is available anytime on our app, on our website, and on the iHeartRadio app for those of you who are familiar with that app. The news operation features Alexis, our information director, and Jenna, as I mentioned earlier. They're delivering investigative and in-depth reporting, lifestyle and community feature stories, and traditional daily newscasts, actually multiple daily newscasts, and they are already at work. They are writing stories. You saw a little snippet of Alexis in that video piece where she and Jenna both covered a recent news conference from a political candidate. So we're serious about writing, sourcing, and delivering great news all the time. So how can you help? Well, number one, you can listen to us and tell people about us. Stream us, follow us, go to the website, follow us on social media, tell your friends. Create content. We know that there's some people on this call and who are watching this video after the fact who are considering wanting to lend their voice. Are you someone who has something to say that would like to be part of what we do? Would you be willing to do a weekly podcast style show that we can turn into a radio show? We will help you do that. Or are you someone that actually is willing to put into it and has the time and energy and effort to do what Ron does, which is to do a daily show? It could be an hour, it could be half an hour, it could be 2 hours.
Wait, it could be an hour?
No, not for you. 2 hours for you. 2 hours. We want your voice. We want to hear from you. Please make yourself known after the call. Contact us, reach out to Ron or whoever contacted you about this call. Please let us know. And if you know someone who you think would be terrific to offer a show, bring us perspective from all over the state. This is not just about Atlanta. We want to hear content and information and perspectives from all over the state, the mountains, the coast, South Georgia, Athens, you name it. We would love to hear your voice. And again, we're not looking for people who are just woke all the way to the left, and we're not looking for people who are old school Democrats. We want the entire perspective. This is a big tent party. It should be a big tent party, and the voices that comprise that big tent or a part of that big tent should be a full spectrum of people and background, diversity, and opinion. And we want all of those people to be able to share their views with our listeners and our audience. And then finally, you can help by supporting us. We are fortunate to be off and running due to a major gift, which is very much appreciated. That's what enabled us to get this far, but it's not going to last forever. We are looking for either major gifts or small recurring donations. You may be someone who supports your local NPR station or Georgia Public Broadcasting with very small gifts, $5 a month, $10 a month, $100 a month. We will be forming programs similar to that. In fact, there's a donate button on our website already where you can sign up for a one-time or a recurring donation. We would very much appreciate that, and we need that. We are also going to be selling ads and underwriting partnership opportunities. If you know of someone that either has a business or would be willing to underwrite what we do, we are a commercial operation. We can air commercials. We can also air more low-key underwriting messages like you would hear on NPR. We are open to all of those things. We are not limited by any sort of FCC rules or regulations that public radio is under, so we can do anything we want. And then finally, we're looking for support not only from businesses, but foundations, political organizations, really anyone who is looking to reach progressive or left-leaning ears in this state. We would love and need their support. And thank you. Our app is available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just look for Georgia Now. It's streaming right this minute. Our brand new website is up. It is not in its final carnation. Of course, no website is ever really finished. It's always a living, breathing thing. So we will continue to improve and add features as the weeks go on. But the website is up and rolling. You can actually listen to us on the website as well if you don't want to download the app. And please follow us on our Facebook page. Just look for Georgia Now. Our Instagram handle is Here Georgia Now. And we would love for you to spread the word far and wide about what is the brand new Georgia Now. So thank you for your attendance. Ron, any words to wrap up, or Todd, anybody want to jump in and say anything?
We with Alexis and Jenna, the younger version of our staffing, we'll be launching a TikTok as well. I tried to do that, and my curmudgeonly old self at the tender age of 51 ran into some sort of obstacle, but we'll let them get to that here pretty soon as well. So fully understand that we're not looking just to target the news talk demo at the 50+ realm. We're definitely looking to re-engage with I think a demographic that the radio industry frankly had given up on, or maybe those generations gave up on radio. I know that in launching Audio GATL and then with Georgia Now, we're having to sort of explain to folks under the age of 40 what a full service streaming audio station is supposed to be. It's supposed to be local content and involved in the community and leaning on local voices to provide content and to interact with the audience that they're looking for. So we're a little bit of a throwback, but with a 21st century spin. And odd to say that 25 years into the 21st century, that a lot of the audio spectrum that serves this country, let alone the Atlanta market or the state of Georgia, has really failed. And this is another reason why we think this is an opportunity for us not only to recapture an audience that radio had given up on, but also to reset the playing field politically when it comes to delivering conversations and opinions and headlines as we seek to do. Obviously, we all coming off the 2024 election cycle understand the importance of the podcast spectrum. Well, this is us marrying the podcast spectrum with the talk spectrum that permeates FM and AM. And as Benji mentioned in the pitch, we're not a corporate entity. We're not Premier Radio Networks. We're not iHeartMedia and Premier Radio Networks delivering, force feeding, I would say, Sean Hannity's or Eric Erickson's to dozens of markets throughout the country. We are focusing our efforts on Georgia. We know that Georgia, being a swing state, is an impactful state. All eyes have been on Georgia since 2020, essentially. And I think that's going to continue to be the case here. And we understand the importance of delivering Georgia for the nation and the world with, again, facts, math, data, science, all having a liberal bias. It's easy for us to just present the facts and let the voters make the decisions they need to. So we're really excited about this. Again, a 21st century venture, 25 years into the 21st century, so long overdue, that delivers the conversations and headlines and news in a way that we feel will make political decisions easy for voters here in the state of Georgia.
Ron, we got a question. I didn't actually remember to open it up for Q&A, but there's a little box if you'd like to ask one. And we got one from Wendy Davis, who says, what's the best way for someone to reach you if they have an idea for a show. Ron, I think they should. I'm going to give him your contact,
Sure.
which is Ron's email address is ron@heargeorgianow.com. That's HEAR as in here, georgianow.com. That's also our web domain, heregeorgianow.com. So if you would like to do a show or you have an idea for a show, reach out to Ron. Ron is going to be working with whoever it is that makes themselves known, that would like to talk about providing some content. And Ron would love to talk to you. And why don't we leave it open for just one more minute? If anyone else has a question, please go ahead, type it in that Q&A box, and we'll do our best to answer it for you. But yeah, we're just very excited, and we appreciate the support thus far and in the future as well. So, all right, seeing no other questions, going once, going twice. The video that you saw, by the way, is a lot slicker and sounds better. If you see the original file, we will make that available for those of you who are interested. Just reach out. We may end up putting this on the website or on social media. We'll put it somewhere. So if you're someone who would like to see this, or if you would like to share information about who we are and what we do, this meeting itself will be available. But even if not, Jonathan Rose says he would love to share the video on his social media. We'll make the video shareable. We will put it up and make it available and make sure that all of you on this call have access to it. And then, if you're telling a friend about it, hey, you got to listen to it, or better yet, hey, you need to write a check to these people. We'll make the video available because it's a terrific presentation. Ron, thank you for putting that video together in the wee hours of the last several days and all the way until this morning. So
I just made a note. We'll need to make a YouTube channel.
Yeah, to do. Put that on the to-do list. All right. Well, we thank you to everyone who gave 30 minutes of their Saturday morning. If you're a football fan from the state of Georgia, go Dogs. We appreciate your support.
There might be tech fans on this.
Yeah, but they're off this week, so forget it.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Thank you for your support of Georgia Now. Thank you for being here, and have a great Saturday.